Thank you so much. This is a tremendous honor, and I'm truly grateful for this opportunity. First and foremost, I just want to thank Bonnie Foreman and her husband, Ed Foreman. Over the past few weeks, I have learned so much about Bonnie and Ed and their generosity, their dedication, and their love. And going forward, I only hope to be even half of what Bonnie and Ed stand for, but I will do my best every day in my own way to emulate their generosity, dedication, and love. These past 3 years have been very good to me in many different ways, but of course behind every successful moment is a lot of work and often a lot of failure. And I think way too often those become greatly undervalued because only in those moments do we learn about ourselves and do we better ourselves. And I've had many of those moments in many different capacities. But one of those capacities is that I'm fortunate to have been an athlete for virtually all my life. I played baseball, a few years of which were in college. And baseball itself is a game of failure. In the majors, if you have 10 at-bats, you get a hit 3 times, and you keep that up over your career, they put you in the Hall of Fame for it. It's one of the only times where you can be successful 30% of the time and be remembered as a legend. Somehow I don't think clients would appreciate us getting it right 30% of the time. But baseball is different. To some, it's just a game, but to me, it has been much more. Even though my career is long since over, didn't quite end the way I'd hoped, it's influenced how I live my life in many different ways and has greatly contributed to my success here at Stetson. And so I'd like to just share 3 very brief stories, but very powerful stories of my time with the game and how they've really influenced me. The first story just touches on the ups and downs of baseball. I had a game in college where I threw 6 innings, no runs, 1 hit, great game. We ended up winning the game. And a few games later is my next start. And I'm feeling good, coming off a win. We're playing at home. I gave up 7 runs in the first inning. And it wasn't like I was walking guys or hitting batters. I mean, everything I threw was just getting absolutely smoked. And on top of that, my mom and my sister had come down to watch that game, so that was fun. But that's baseball. And these past 3 years, I've always remembered that. And it's really shown me the importance of humility. Today's success could be tomorrow's failure. Just because I did well on one exam didn't mean a thing when it came time to sit for another exam. Just because I gave a great argument in a moot court competition didn't mean the next judge would agree with me, and they frequently disagreed with me. But I've done my best to treat each opportunity as its own independent opportunity, to enjoy my successes, but to stay cognizant of the fact that each day is a new day, and to attack each day the same way as the previous, remaining humble no matter the outcome of any given situation. The second story is just about the grind of being an athlete. Baseball took a lot of physical and mental work. In college, we would have 2.5 to 3 hour practices, 6 days a week. Me and some of my buddies would go down to practice early and get some extra work in. We'd go to the gym on our own time. And on top of that, while it's all physically demanding, every pitch, every swing, every drill requires this very intensive mental focus. And also on top of that, you're in school, so there's something called class as well. And those times were a big wake-up call in the sense of showing the incredible work ethic that not just baseball, but life requires. I knew coming to law school would require the same level of dedication day in and day out. One of the mantras that I grew up by is, what are you doing when no one else is looking? And while it's great to hear about some of the things that I've done these past 3 years and the organizations I've been a part of, what I'm most proud of is what occurred when no one was looking and what so few people in this room have truly seen, which is the day-to-day and how I got here. I truly look back on my 3 years here at Stetson with great reverence. I didn't take a whole lot of time for myself, and I gave my entirety to this school and to the organizations that I was a part of. And that is something that I will always be very proud of. The third and final story is just about the fact of remembering that there are 9 players on the field and not just one. My first collegiate appearance on the mound wasn't even supposed to happen. The other team was chipping away at this 5 or 6 run lead we had, and it all of a sudden came one of these oh crap moments where I'm sprinting down to the bullpen to get warmed up, and it ended up being the 9th inning. There's 2 outs, we're up 1 run, the tying run's on base, and I'm brought in. So my job is just to get 1 out, which sounds pretty simple. I started the batter out with a changeup, which was my best off-speed pitch, and was swung and missed for strike 1. Then I went to the fastball that was called for strike 2. Then I go back to the changeup, hung it a little bit, and the batter crushes it. It's going deep back to left field, it's high, it's far, and our left fielder jumps at the wall, robs a home run, and catches it for the last out of the game. And so I just told myself that on the books, it's just a fly out, just a long fly ball. But I also attribute this moment to remembering that doing well as an individual is great. I would have loved the strikeout, but nothing is more important than the team. And this was a great example to me of just trusting your teammates and knowing that you don't have to do everything yourself. You have a team for a reason. And when everything is said and done, you might not remember every swing you took, but you'll always remember the team that you did it with and being a part of something greater. And these past 3 years here at Stetson in particular, I've had the absolute most incredible team with me. Aaron Okino and Jason Stearns, both alumni and previous recipients of this award. I was able to work with both of you very closely in moot court and just to get to know you guys as well. We had a lot of fun along the way. We worked hard, and I'm very happy to call both of you friends. Corey Henson, who's been instrumental in helping me reach my career goals and always interested in talking college football, even though he's a Michigan fan and I'm an Ohio State fan. Professor Bauer, thank you for just taking a chance on me. Without knowing me, you agreed to help me on a big project I was working on. You helped me through several classes that I took with you, and you always just made time to sit down and talk. And so I thank you for that. Professor Bowman, we've been through a lot together. Countless hours working with the moot court board in one capacity or another. It's taken us to Macon, Georgia, Orlando, Houston, Boston twice, Chicago. I've enjoyed every minute of it. And I can't wait to give back to future generations of moot court. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to make everything that we worked for possible. Professor Allen, in the back. If I wasn't working with Professor Bowman from moot court, I was working with Professor Allen. And so much of the way that I think, the way that I express ideas and arguments, I owe to you. You genuinely helped transform me from student to attorney, and I'm eternally grateful for that. My colleagues here today, especially those who are on the law review, the moot court board, and the ambassador program, I have the utmost admiration and respect for each and every one of you. To steal something that I heard my friend Casey say a few weeks ago, I'm a smarter and better person for having worked with you all. My parents who are here tonight, Mom and Dad, you've always been there for me, always supported me, and you've never given up on me, even through all the failures. I love you guys so much, and I'm just so happy that I get to share this moment with you. And last but not least, my girlfriend, Brittany. You truly light up my heart every day, and I love every minute
that I get to spend with you. Thank you for just always being there. While I've discussed different stories of mine with baseball, it's the culmination of them together that has truly influenced my life in a positive way. And so I encourage everyone, especially those of us graduating tomorrow, to reflect on your hard work, your failures over the course of your lives, not to dwell on the bad, but because through that hard work and failure, we're able to learn about ourselves, to better ourselves, and to appreciate those moments where it all pays off. Through my hard work and failure, I'm truly blessed to stand here in what is one of the absolute best moments of my life. Thank you.